As Mark said, I'm going to talk to you today about Vim, specifically a plugin that I've written for Vim 8 called govim. Just a quick lightning refresher on Rebecca Stambler's talk the other day, which hopefully everybody saw, absolutely excellent, which was talking about gopls, the new Go language server. So Rebecca's story in 20 seconds was the following. That in the beginning, there were some editors. Then some tools came along, which meant there were lots of editors and lots of tools, and they were trying to talk to each other the whole time. Things got a bit messy, and this is where gopls came along. To simplify this story, that editors should only have to talk to one tool, and that is the language server, and you should be able to do all the things like code completion, format on save, etc. So that's exactly why I'm here today, because I'm going to talk to you about govim, which is a Go development plugin for Vim, written in Go, as opposed to Vim script itself. And the primary thing that govim does is actually talk to gopls, the language server, so you get all that good stuff for free, and you don't have to worry about installing multiple tools at the same time. So as I said, govim is a Go development plugin for Vim 8, backed by gopls. And many Vim users here perhaps actually use Vim Go. And Vim Go also has support for gopls, so this is sort of not like a competition thing, it's just like, well, now there are a couple. And the main difference being is that Vim Go is written in Vim script, and govim, the names are very similar, is written in Go. So the idea being that actually we can get more people contributing because it's written in Go, which is a bit nicer than Vim script. So the features there, hover information, format on save, it's the list that you would expect if you've been using Vim Go. It's a sort of a bit of a standard list. Link it to the repo at the bottom there. Very happy to take contributions to the project. I'm actually just going to switch to a quick demo now so that we can actually see how govim works. There should be no real surprises here. So hopefully everyone can see that okay. So here is just a Vim terminal session, just to demonstrate that this actually works within Vim terminal as well as govim, the GUI as well. So we have the nice hover information as well. So this might be a bit of a surprise to some Vim users that Vim now actually has pop-up windows. And so this is a native pop-up window within Vim that's using documentation that's returned from gopls as I hover over the printf here. The nice thing is that we can also we can also toggle and trigger that pop-up using a cursor movement with the mouse, but also a keyboard shortcut, which is what I just did there. So if you tend not to use the mouse, you can do all of this stuff via the keyboard. Let's just assume that I'm going to poorly format my code for 1 second. Of course, and now I'm just going to trigger a save of this buffer here. gopls is doing all the formatting for us here. So what's happening here is that Vim, the editor, as you saw from that diagram earlier on, is just talking to govim, and govim is talking to gopls, and so all this communication is going backwards and forwards. And you can see how snappy it is as well. It's lightning quick. So code completion is one of the sort of the classics here. There you go. You've got standard completion, and in future versions of govim, we will also, I haven't actually got enough room on screen for this as well, show documentation in another pop-up window. It's the kind of the VS Code experience. So anyone who uses VS Code is thinking, wow, this looks pretty basic. You're still in a terminal? Welcome to the real world. I suppose the Goland folks as well. But for Vim, this is like a significant improvement on the experience that there has been in the past. So we're catching up to you slowly. Perhaps as part of this, you actually saw a little red sign in the left-hand column there. You can see it. That's called a sign in the left-hand side. This is actually part of something, and now I'm going to trigger the opening of the quick fix window, which is, again, there are very similar concepts in VS Code here, where it's actually going to give me some diagnostics about my code here. And you can see my printf call clearly has a problem here, in that I only have one verb, but I'm passing 2 arguments. So the sign indicator in the left-hand column there is telling me, oops, there's a problem on this line here, and I triggered the opening of the quick fix window there to actually show me the details of it. So you can see, just exactly as I said, the printf call needs 1 arg, but it takes 2. So let me just fix that. Sure enough, the problem goes away. Fantastic. Let me just save that. So we talked about a quick fix and sign info. Let's also just do the classic, which is go to def as well. So I'm hovering with the mouse. I'm actually going to click with the mouse as well, and that takes me to the definition of printf. No surprises there. This is all fairly standard stuff, and I'm just going to quickly jump back. Same again, you can trigger these commands using keyboard shortcuts, which trust me, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm jumping to the same definition, and I'm jumping back using the keyboard as well. One thing that gopls introduced about a month ago is the idea that you can search for references. So that's what I've done. As you can see at the bottom of the screen there, I'm typing the command govim references whilst we were hovered over I. And then it shows you where all the references to I actually are. And then I'm using keyboard shortcuts here to just jump between each of those references. So let's go to the first one. And now let's just demonstrate the use of govim rename. Let's just rename that to J. There we go, done. So govim references and rename is actually just limited to package scope at the moment. And that is not a govim restriction. Guess what? It's a gopls restriction. So actually govim is a very light wrapper around gopls, and all it's just doing is providing that communication means to Vim itself. So if there's anything missing in govim, that's ultimately something we need to sort of ask the gopls folks for. But actually, whilst we're experimenting, I'm also experimenting with some bits just within govim. So govim is gaining a couple of capabilities as well. Things like motions, complex motions within the code. So jump to the next function, jump to the outer scope, jump to the next inner scope, etc. So we're experimenting with things within govim that we're also going to look to sort of promote, if you like, to gopls as well. As I said, let me just jump back to this slide here. If this has interested you in any way, I'll actually be sitting in the Go team community room, which is sort of somewhere behind us here this afternoon. Very happy to talk about this, talk about any issues, suggestions you have. Very happy to have any contributions as well. So thank you.